Welcome to a Game of Thrones mead tasting. Now I have done 5 Game of Thrones based meads, and today is 4 of the 5 of them. I made these all in mid 2020 and one of them in 2021. So we are going to go ahead and taste them. I will of course include links to the videos for each one because that's showing the creation. I'm not going to talk about the creation of each one. So this is not the video if you're looking for that. Go find all the links in the description. So today I got some notes because I want to be accurate. We have Sansa's lemon mead, which I will go ahead and put the recipe up on screen right now for you to see. Of course, I'll bring it back in a little bit when we taste. It's from May 2020. Starting gravity 1.098 or 1.090 after the primary was 1.000. We have Tyrion's Pyment, which is a grape-based mead, for anyone curious, from August 2020, and clover honey, grape juice. It called for buckwheat honey, but I didn't have it, or didn't use it, I should say. Starting gravity 1.120. Final gravity was, I think, about 1.030. John's Black Mead, which is, wrong one. John's Black Mead, which is a bochet. It's a 3-hour bochet, so it's really long. It was it started at 1.110 and had a final gravity of 1.015. It used some weird spices too, which was kind of fun. And last but not least, Danny's Pomegranate Mead, which is from June 2020. And this one started at 1.095 and ended at, I think, roughly about 1.000, but I'll double check my notes corrected on screen. I'm gonna go ahead and open each one, and then we're gonna taste and see how they are. All right, got them all open. We're gonna start with, my beginning of my list, which was Sansa's Lemon Mead. Again, this is from, my notes, May 2020. It's a lemon mead that used black tea. It's got a really nice looking color and clarity. It's orange blossom honey, lemon juice, of course, lemon zest as part of it, black tea, and I don't remember what kind of yeast. So that's fun. Looks really good. A little bit of slight degassing. Ooh. Yeah, okay, the honey character is very present, even through the lemon side. You can go back and watch this video. I did a tasting of my first 8 meads, and my lemon and lime mead had the same aromatic kind of profile. But it smells smooth, nice full honey character. The lemon's really not like punching me in the face like I thought it would. Here we go. Ooh, it's there though. That lemon and that zest are there. Woo! Ooh, that's very, very tart. It literally sucked all of the moisture out of my mouth. Woo! Okay, it's got a bit of a lemon drop, like candy vibe, kind of like a Warhead vibe, honestly. It does have a nice tannin. I will say the wash is nice. That kind of feeling in your mouth. It definitely probably needs some honey to back sweeten, even though it has some perceived sweetness. Once you get past the beginning, really lemony punch, it kind of starts to mellow out, and it's actually not bad. I do like the bright floral side that this has, and it's not super boozy, which is kind of interesting. I don't get a huge kick, like it's not knocking me in the teeth with booze. I probably sound really violent with half of these. Every time I talk about punching the face, knock you in the teeth, not violent, but it sure sounds like it. It's really not bad. So one thing I find interesting about this one is the lemon. I don't know if this is true or not, but I feel like the lemon has become more pronounced over time, and it's just really rising up. The nose on it has mellowed, but the actual lemon taste is rising. It's pretty good. I would probably actually dial back on the amount of lemon juice I used, and maybe even the zest. I feel like I zested a lot, and I probably didn't need to use as much zest. The zest will attribute to the tannin, as will the black tea. So those two things in conjunction. I think the yeast I used did a good job. It's really not bad. I'm a pretty decent fan of this one. Okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead and rate these too. That seems interesting. So out of 10, it's not bad. It's a 7. 7 out of 10. For what it is, it's lemony. If you are drinking something and going, I want something lemony, then that's good. This is for you. That's the brew for you. So, not bad. 7 out of 10. I think it will be even better with some age, but it would be better with a tinge of sweetness to combat the acidity, because it is tart. By the way, all of these recipes were not mine. They came from alehorn.com. I'll put that link down below. They have a whole list, and it includes characters from the Game of Thrones cast that I have not done. Like the Hound has one that's that's a Braggart. Plan on doing that one at some point, but I just haven't done it yet. We're gonna keep going on. We're going down my list that I mentioned earlier. So this is Tyrion's Pyment, and it is a grape juice based mead with clover honey. So I used, I think, about a gallon of grape juice. Clover honey. I think it used the EC1118 as it called for that. I don't know that I would use that next time. Well, we'll find out now. Starting gravity was pretty high. It actually stopped early. Oh, I need to put that there. It stopped early. And I was a little bit shocked. I don't know that I used enough nutrients or something. Stayed sweet. The recipe called for buckwheat honey to help back sweeten, but also to provide like a horsey kind of flavor, I guess, because that's kind of what buckwheat does. I'm reminded of the time that there's like a clip of Tyrion Lannister like waking up. I think he's waking up in a stable. Maybe that's the vibe they're going for. Whoa, I love the nose on this though. Yeah, the huge grape aroma and the sweetness from that honey and sugar, I'm sure, from the grape juice. It's got like this smidge of vanilla to it. Not a lot of booziness on the nose. I think that could be hidden by sweetness for sure. Yeah. Here we go. Ooh, very tannic. I used Welch's grape juice. Not the highest quality, I would say. Oh yeah, it is, we use the word jammy in mead making and wine making sometimes, a lot in mead. That jamminess is like thick. This is a thick-bodied brew. It's good though. I do like the thickness of it. And I think that the honey character is honestly a little overshadowed by the grape flavor. I mean, I'm fighting to find well, I get the sweetness from the honey, but the floral side, it is very, very grape heavy. It is very smooth though. Not a lot of ABV. In fact, you know, I tried to drink some water before this, you know, but these are high ABV, and I can feel it a little bit already. These have some booziness to it. This one has some booziness to it for sure. I do wonder what would happen if I used something that wasn't Welch's grape juice. If I had back sweetened, like actually got it to go dry, given it enough Fermate O, Fermate K, go whatever, you know, something nutrient to get it going all the way through. Buckwheat would have made it a little more interesting as far as character development. And the buckwheat it called for was such a small amount that I think it was just there for extra flavoring. It's really not bad. I do feel like it needs more time. This was from August 2020, so we're like about 20 months old at this point. Some meads need more time. This being such big body, grape, I think it just will, given another, I don't know, year, it could be even better. I would rate this one, I like it more than Sansa's. So I'm gonna go ahead and give it a 7.5 out of 10. It's not like at that point where I'm like ready to go past that. It's pretty good. I would do this again. Acidity levels are nice. A sweetness level is nice, but I want sweetness with floral value, so maybe it actually going dry and then getting sweetness, or excuse me, getting floral value feeling from back sweetening. Maybe trying buckwheat. I don't know. What would you do? If you want to make this, of course, both of these meads have a video to go with them, so you can go watch them, as I mentioned before. So now we move on. Here are the rankings. The scores so far: in first place is Tyrion's, in second place is Sansa's. We'll see by the end who is the victor. Let's move on to John's. Oh, actually, I'm gonna switch my order a little bit because John's black mead is very, very. The flavor is actually will kick you in the teeth. Here is Danny's pomegranate mead. A little bit of a different color, which is nice looking. I know some of you are looking at these bottles going, dude, you opened up 3 750 milliliters in a 375 beer bottle. I'm not gonna drink all of this tonight. Not that crazy. I actually am going over to some friends tomorrow. I have a D&D group that I play in, and I am the booze guy, and both in and out of character. And so I always bring things, and tomorrow when I go over there will be an extra layer of D&D, because it'll be Game of Thrones meads and D&D. Sorry, side tangent. This is Danny's pomegranate mead. Pomegranate, of course, pomegranate juice. It used orange blossom honey and black tea. Is there black tea in this one? Yeah, black tea for tannin mostly. Red tea, also tannin flavor. Irish moss, which is a clarifier, even though this one's not the most clear mead in the world. And a yeast that is on the screen. Let's give it a smell. Ooh, different. Ooh, okay. There's a real richness to it. I was trying to find a good word for it, but it's rich, fruity. It is almost like, not blueberry, but like I get the vibe and the smell of like a just really rich blueberry. Of course, it's brighter. I'm pretty. This nose is the best one so far. It's got complexity. It's got some aromatic from the honey. Throwing things at myself. Uh-oh, though. Hold on. Got to reset the palate. It's got some sweetness. Pomegranate is obviously tart. It is much more complex and rich, I would say. The flavors are far deeper than these other ones. I feel like both of these have bright sweetness. This one has acidity. You know, the Sansa's has acidity. This has like a hidden sweetness, a hidden tart level, a pretty decent body to it. Does have a little bit of booziness, and it is from June of 2020. So about the same timeline as these. It does have the tartness and the tannin and the acidity are kind of really pulling, excuse me, the moisture out of my mouth. I'm feeling like I need a lot of water to make up for what I've lost. But the pomegranate flavor is nice. I will say that has mellowed out. It has honey character that is found. The honey character is like a light, it's a light dusting. I was thinking of Buffalo Wild Wings. You know, you can go and get their wings with sauce on them, or you can get the dry rub ones. This one is like somebody. I'm sure I'll do this right now. I will edit a chicken wing right in front of my face, and they quickly slapped a little bit of seasoning on it and walked away. Good luck to future me editing that. It does have a weirdness to it. And I can't tell if that's just a lack of age. The tartness, it has an off character. Granted, I'm not crazy for pomegranates. I don't really eat a lot of pomegranates, you know. I'm not crazy like the no pomegranate lady. I'll go ahead and splice in a clip of that here because it's pretty crazy.
No pomegranates! No, no,
not quite that crazy, but it's okay. Nothing to call home about. I would not say that. I think maybe some sweetness, giving some more orange blossom honey here would have brought out and combated the acidity to tannic value that I'm experiencing. It's not bad though, but it is falling lower. I'm gonna go ahead and give it a 6 out of 10. You know, for me, a really bad mead is gonna set around like, I don't know, 3. So this is not terrible, not the worst. Now, last but not least, probably the most pungent one of all is John's Black Mead. Now, John's Black Mead is a 3-hour bochet with clover honey, Lalvin EC1118, ginger root, cardamom, black and black peppercorn. And it was aged on oak. It's got a nice color. Now, I know for a fact the aroma on this one's huge, like just massively in your face. Yeah. Ooh, the cardamom has really come out over time. I've not experienced a lot of cardamom. Feel free to let me know in the comments if you agree below. You can fix those words. That was not right. Cardamom is not something I've experienced, but I feel like it might rise up over time. Yeah, I do get the black peppercorn as well. I had previously not experienced a ton of black peppercorn flavor, but it is coming out stronger. A little bit of that ginger root too. The spices are pretty heavy. Here we go. Ooh, yeah. The body of this one is weird. Honestly, the spices to like the bochet side, which caramelizes the honey, which I don't know if this is true, but it feels like it might have a different tannin value. And the oak, the vanilla from the oak I'm getting, all contribute this really kind of, for lack of a better term, creamy mouthfeel. And I don't think I left it on here. This had cream of tartar.
Cream of tartar.
Which I had no idea what the heck it was. It comes in this little tiny bottle, or if you buy bigger. It is for baking. It's for adding body. That might be what I'm getting, is that creaminess. Wow. Yeah, the bochet though. 3 hours on a bochet is a long time. The goal of this brew is to be John's Black Mead, meaning it is dark. And this is pretty dang dark while still being clear, which I enjoy. I think that is a fun level to this thing. Honestly though, I've always been a fan of bocets. I went through a phase where I made a lot of bocets and I didn't drink a lot of bocets. And I'm coming back, my little bell curve is the upside down essentially. You know, I made a lot, drank a lot, and then I stopped for a long time. And I'm coming back up because this guy right here has such a richness. The spice characters are honestly very complementary of each other, and it is quite interesting. The sweetness level, because we bochetted and caramelized the honey, gives enough sweetness to retain some honey character, and even though it's caramelized honey character. And I feel like the overall balance is just nice. Doesn't have a lot of booziness, doesn't have a lot of just sharpness to it. It is pretty rounded. It probably, arguably, needs some more time to mellow out more. But it's pretty good. And I would say on a rating of this thing, I would give it a scale 1 to 10, 8.5. So, if I remember correctly, first place, John's Black Mead. Second place, Tyrion's Pyment with a score of 7.5. Sansa's Lemon Mead coming in third with a score of 7.0. And last but not least, I can't remember if I gave it a 6.5 or 6. I think it was a 6. Was Danny's Pomegranate Mead. Now, all of these brews can be adjusted. I'm gonna quickly go over it. Lemon mead needs more sweetness, needs a little bit of help in that regard. I think if I were doing it again, I would back sweeten, and I think that would fix a lot of the problems at hand. Pie mint probably needed to go dry. Back sweeten with more honey. The buckwheat honey could have been interesting. I cannot vouch for if it is a good idea though. I think that is the fix for that one. Pomegranate mead. Honey seems to be the answer here. Just a tinge of sweetness might help that out. And I do wonder if a yeast change would be in order. I don't know what yeast to use in that regard, so I'm so sorry I can't give you an answer on that. A yeast change might work better, something that is more suited for reds, red wines, and or even like the Lalvin BM 4x4 could be really interesting. And last but not least is John's Black Mead. I'm pretty content with this recipe. Again, not my recipe. Don't yell at me. It just needs time. The problem with this one, the one that placed first place, is that it needs a lot of time. Bocets need time. There's no way around it. You just have to, you gotta play the game. I hope you have enjoyed this episode of Man-Made Mead. Is this an episode? I don't really know. I don't do a lot of tastings, and when I do my tastings, I try to do them in batches because I got a lot of great content for you guys. And I've got 400 videos sitting back in my channel. I've got recipes, I've got yeast shootouts. As far as utility, my channel is hitting hopefully every little demographic you need as a mead maker. If you want to be a science guy, if you want to be a recipe guy, if you want to be a stupid entertainment, watch me throw memes on the screen, go watch Palate Expanders. So all of my series are catered around all of the aspects of mead making. So I hope you will go and check those out. These links are down in the description, so if you want to check those out. I will, of course, be back with some more tastings. There's a fifth one I missed, and I could not find a bottle. I believe there's a bottle in existence. It is Marjorie Tyrell's Rose Mead. I know I have a bottle. I don't know where. So that will probably be... Are you kidding me? No. No! I swear to you, this was not planned. I found a bottle. I think that's fate. I think fate has shown us we have to make one more tasting. 1 second. I was just thinking about that mead, and I remembered I bottled in one of these. This is an old, I think, Schramm's bottle. Shout out to you, Schramm. And I remembered I'd bottled in it, and then I just so happened to look over on my little rack here, and I saw it. So, fate has spoken. We have a fifth mead in contention. This is from April 2021. This is Marjorie Tyrell's Rose Mead, which used rose petals. I don't have my recipe on hand. It's in your face right now. But this is the fifth mead in the Game of Thrones mead series that I've done. Let's see what it looks like. Oh, we got a... Good morning. We got a little bit of a carbonation to this bad boy. Not planned, but okay. 8.5%-ish ABV. A little bit of carbonation. That's a little odd though. It looks good. I will say it looks real good. The nose is very obviously floral. If I don't say floral for a freaking rose mead, unsubscribe. Very floral, very bright. The carbonation is disorienting, kind of distracting from. Ooh, so I remember this one pretty vividly because it's about a year old, so it's pretty young. The rose petals I used are extremely fragrant, and they provide a lot of body to it. I wish this had not re-fermented at all because it needs some sweetness. Obviously, a little bit of a dangerous game in that it did re-ferment. So if I had back sweetened to such a level that it was dangerous, that would have been bad. This is a corked bottle, so it just would have gone flying out. There's a lot of floral, rose, fragrance. Tannin, the tannin is overwhelming, quite honestly. But I do think it is good. It just, I don't know, it has a weirdness to it. I don't know that age is gonna fix, well, age can fix some things, but age might help. I feel like I could have executed this better. I'm not gonna sit here and say that the recipe's bad by any means, because I think the recipe has good intention. What I will say is that my execution could have been better. I think choice of rose petals, wherever you get them from, it could be better. The back sweetening portion could have helped this out some. Obviously, I think I intended to back sweeten, but it just didn't fall through, or just didn't work, whatever I did. I'm gonna go ahead, give this I do like it a little more than the Sansa's mead, but it's still only about it's 6.5 out of 10. So again, not necessarily a problem of the recipe. I think a problem on my execution point. I still think you should go out and try all of these recipes. The 5th video, secret video, will be in the description. I plan on making the last few from that whole little series, but I obviously need to do that at some point. There's a few more. Thank you to Alehorn for providing these recipes, because I pretty much stole them from you, so thank you. I hope that people who have seen these recipes might go and try them. And again, here's my little ranking system of what I did. I will be back with more tastings, but thank you for enjoying this one. What am I gonna finish with? How about the lemon? I feel like it's just a nice change. See you next time. Cheers.